Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. This is going to be a general weekly reading for the week of June 4th through the 8th. Hi, everyone. How are you guys doing? Hope everybody is doing well. If you are a first-time viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Either way, I'm really glad that you decided to join me here today as I do this reading for you guys. Per usual, as I do my weekly readings, we're going to have 3 separate areas, starting with finances, foundation, and career in the bottom. Second row is going to be your love and relationship sector. And the top row is going to be health, wellness, and the general overview for the week. And then at the end, we'll also finish off with the oracle card. I want to apologize right off the bat. I am a little bit under the weather, so my voice is a little off. I might have a coughing fit. I hope I don't sneeze, but if I do any of that, I hope I'm able to, kind of filter it out through the editing process. But let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the remaining cards over. Those are the ones that came face down as I was shuffling. And once all cards are face up, I'll go ahead and begin the reading, starting again with the area for finances, foundation, and career on the bottom row. And if you are interested in one particular area, just go ahead and check the description box, and you're going to see the timestamps there for when the readings actually begin, okay? All right. Starting again with finances, foundations, and career. Let's go there. You have the Ten of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Chariot in reverse. Oh boy, so in terms of finances, foundations, and career, there's been a lot of trouble lately. Maybe in the past week or so, maybe before then, who knows, because you have the Ten of Swords starting off. So Ten of Swords, excuse me, represents strife, represents struggle, represents, in this particular card, a certain amount of torment, right? I mean, this guy, or girl, or whoever it is, looks pretty stressed out, looks in distress, right? So that's likely where many of you are coming from. You're feeling attacked. A lot of you are feeling attacked. A lot of you are feeling burdened. A lot of you are feeling like mental anguish, like incredibly stressful in terms of your mentality or your thoughts. Maybe your thoughts are consumed with, maybe it's like problem solving. It might not be like anguish. It might not be like so severe, like you're crippled with, or your mind is plagued with thoughts that you can't escape. It just might be, you're having to do a lot of problem solving, because Swords deals with mental capacities related to the element of air. So that talks about communication as well. So there's just something stressful in terms of thinking, in terms of speaking, in terms of having to puzzle out and come up with solutions to problems. And I think that this is like cumulative. Like it feels like it's not overnight. This is not an overnight problem. This is not an overnight issue. This is also not an overnight way of feeling. For many of us, so I might be included in that. For many of us, this has been, sort of building to this accumulation point where something's got to give. There's just this. In this card, I'm also getting the feeling of like being pulled in several directions at once, or having like many irons in the fire, like not being able to concentrate your energy or your thoughts into one particular issue, onto one particular problem, or being sort of inundated with several solutions or several possibilities. So it's kind of nuanced in that it can be quote unquote negative, it can be positive, depends on how you're looking at it. But right now there's just this general feeling of being overwhelmed. And I feel that the King of Pentacles comes along next. Adjust that. There we go. King of Pentacles comes along next, sort of as one of the solutions, or the solution, or perhaps even the most ideal solution, or an ideal person to help you solve this problem. King of Pentacles. Pentacles dealing with earth signs, so, excuse me, one second. Okay, felt a coughing fit come on, so I had to go ahead and pause that because it would be rude otherwise. Now, King of Pentacles related to earth signs, right? Earth signs being Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So that person, or there may be someone of one of those signs of significance in your scenario. But even if this person isn't, and I feel this is a pretty external person, if it is an actual person, it could just be an energy that's available to you or an opportunity that's available to you. But this person and or opportunity and or energy would be practical, would be sort of modestly practical. Like, he's got his stuff together, but he's not like boasting about it. He's not like advertising this. He's kind of like, yeah, I've got money in the bank. Yeah, I think I could help you with that situation. Not to say like the problem at hand is purely financial, but Pentacles would speak to money or things of value, so there is that potential there. But regardless, I feel that the King of Pentacles, he can be, like, he would have the trappings of someone who could be smug, of somebody who could be like, oh yeah, I have a lot of money, oh yeah, I own a lot of things. Maybe, he's a property owner, maybe he's in, the realm of real estate and that's how he's made his money, who knows. But this person is not going to come and say, hey, let me help you, or even say, oh, I see you have a problem, have you thought of this solution? This person would be a little more reserved in trying to help you. Like, okay, and again, it doesn't have to be a person. It can just be a certain opportunity or an energy that you can align yourself with. But it's not going to come to you, no matter the form that this takes, no matter the form that the King of Pentacles takes, whether it's an actual physical person, an opportunity, or energy. It's just not going to come knock on your door and say, hey, you got a problem? I can help you fix it. It's really going to involve, I feel like, some negotiation. There's got to be some type of communication that comes to the King of Pentacles so that he then, whether it's a person or not, can enact his power or open up his wealth of knowledge or utilize his skills, basically, in your favor. So that might be, if it's a person, that might be a new business partner for some of you. This could be a boss or a manager. You might be overwhelmed on a certain project at your job, and you kind of haven't been telling anybody, or you've been kind of trying to find solutions, trying to find your own resources, and you just can't do it. So there might be someone, not necessarily a boss either, but it could be, but just someone in your company or in your department who has the skills to help you, but unless you ask them, they're not going to help. And it's not like in a rude way. They just might not be aware that this is what's going on. And so you need to get in touch with this person or get in touch with this energy and really, and if it's an energy, if it's not a person, pardon me, if it's not a person and it's more of an energy or even an opportunity, you have to be aware of the things that would enhance or increase your chances of being the King of Pentacles yourself. So what's that mean? So an opportunity might be training. There might be some on-the-job training or external training opportunities at your job that will give you certain skills that will get you out of this mess here. So maybe your job now has a facet of accounting that you've never really encountered before. You've never actually had to do much accounting. It's not what you went to school for. It's not what you specialize in. But now, something has changed at your company and now you have to do that. So there might be resources within your job that will send you to school or pair you up in a certain class that will give you that knowledge that you need in order to do your job better. But you don't know that, or you haven't sought out the opportunity to get the answer or get that new skill under your belt, get that knowledge under your belt, okay? So just be aware of either a person or an opportunity or a chance or just something that will help you. And it might require thinking outside the box, which is kind of funny because you're already thinking too much, or you're already kind of like exhausted from having to like find the right answers. So there's sort of like I don't know if that's necessarily a catch-22, but it certainly is feeling like this rock in a hard place. Like if you stay here and you do nothing and you don't access this person or access this chance or energy, you're just going to remain here. But if you go towards this person, that means you kind of have to get over this. Well, get over this, but sort of like put this on the back burner, like pull yourself out of this strenuous, stressful, exhausted mental state and go ask for help, or see the opportunities that are around you and seize them. And that's sometimes difficult to do if you're in this type of energy of being overwhelmed and not finding a way out. Like, the life preserver can be right next to you and you're drowning in the middle of the ocean, but you just can't reach out and grab it. There's sometimes that happens where the solution is literally right next to you and you just don't recognize it, or you can't access it for some reason. And this week might be a tough one in this sector, because on the way out, or on the far side, I should say, far side, on the right-hand side here, you've got the Chariot in reverse. Card of Cancer, so some of your situations, or some of you might be Cancers, but regardless of that, there's like this issue of stagnation. There's this issue of not making progress, because the Chariot card talks about movement forward. It talks about decisiveness. It talks about being assured and acting on such assertion and being able to plot a way forward, where previously things have been stuck. If it was upright, this is what it would be, where things had been stuck before, or there was some issue about getting two sides of a situation, or even two sides of yourself to agree so that you can move forward. But the Chariot being reversed, that means that's what's going on. You're not able to get those two sides of yourself to agree. You can't make the logical decision over the emotional decision, or vice versa. You can't decide whether or not you want to do, excuse me. Okay. Another coughing fit, a little bit of tea. Here we go. So yeah, when the Chariot is in reverse like this, you're not able to sort of make those clear decisions, or those sound decisions. There's something that's not adding up. You know, you can't get in this particular deck, the Cosmic Tarot deck. The Chariot is being led by two horses. So one of the horses just isn't wanting to be, you know, to saddle up. It doesn't want to be put in the harness or whatever. There's just this discord that's happening in the Chariot. So there's a lack of stability on either side. And I feel that whoever's watching this, that's kind of the energy that you're in, where things are unbalanced, things are not stable. There's this inequality factor of, because you're thinking so much or you're stressing so much, there's also then the outcome of that, or the side effect of that is inaction, immobility, not being able to go either left or right, just staying stuck in one spot and ruminating and just playing the scenarios and the options out in your head, and not actually taking practical steps, which of course again goes back to the King of Pentacles. Practicality, methodology, being focused and able to make those sound decisions. So this week, in terms of finances, foundation, and career, excuse me, there's just this stagnant energy. I feel like it's very temporary. I should say that. I mean, it is only a week. I only do these for 5 days, Monday to Friday. So, but time is malleable and mutable. Excuse me. Time is malleable and flexible in terms of tarot. So this might play out during the week, or this might just be one day this week, or a couple of days, whatever it is. But regardless of when this might apply to you, or when this might show up in your life, I feel that it's short-lived, because this is coming from a time previous to this. So a time or a circumstance or certain a certain mindset that has been happening for a while, and there's a chance to find a solution to it, but it just might not connect. And I don't feel a lot of detriment coming out of the Chariot in being in reverse. It just feels like whatever this setback is, it really is just a setback. It's sort of like is a bump in the road. It might be, you know, a pothole in the road, or like, you know, maybe even a road closure for some of you. But somehow, somewhere, I'm feeling like there's still this ability or this feeling of bouncing back, and this just kind of being, you know, one bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch. Or I know that the saying is that one bad apple can spoil, whatever. It just doesn't feel strong. It doesn't feel like this has much weight to it. It doesn't feel like it has legs. It doesn't feel like it has room to grow. So hopefully what I'm feeling is true, and that whatever setback you might be facing is very temporary, okay? All right. Let's get on and go to the love and relationship sector. Here in the second row, I have the Seven of Wands, Princess of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Well, let's see. Someone is feeling victorious, even though that's not really a card of victory, but someone's feeling pretty proud of themselves. And there might be some new love on the horizon. Let's see. Seven of Wands. Excuse me. Like I said, not a card typically associated with victory. And not to say that this person is victorious, but this guy's feeling pretty proud of himself, right? You know, he's in the middle of fighting off these other people who are out of frame, the people that are bearing these other wands. But he's not daunted. Like in the traditional tarot, in the traditional Rider-Waite, the face of the guy who's on the Seven of Wands card, he looks like he's like under pressure. This guy seems very relaxed, in my opinion. And the feeling that I get is not only feeling victorious or feeling like, oh, I'm making tracks, I'm making headway here. There's also this feeling of like defiance. Like somebody is defying the odds in this card in terms of love and relationships. They're obviously, the odds are stacked against them. 6 wands versus 1 wand. 6 people, allegedly. 6 people versus 1. That's ridiculous odds. Not even Rocky Balboa could beat those, you know. That's so weird. Rocky? Why? Anyway. So, this person is being inundated, is being confronted with a lot of naysayers or people who are in opposition to what they are desiring or what they're going towards, or even the person that they're interested in, since this is love and relationships, or the person that they want to reconnect with. And I'm not feeling that super strongly, but I just know there have been people who have been reaching out, and several people that I know have been reaching out, like almost like from the grave, kind of like, what? Who are you? So if some of you are reconnecting with people that you haven't spoken to in a long time, that person or you might be feeling this way, like, despite everybody else is saying, no, don't do that, don't talk to that person, don't text them, don't do that. This person is like, I'm going to do it. So there's that other or there is a specific storyline dealing with defiance in there. I don't usually get this, but I do have a strong, like, male energy off of this. I don't usually get, like, gendered messages, so to speak, and it's not just because there's a man on the card, it's just, like, I hate to be, like, so stereotypical, but that's sometimes how things are transmitted to me, or communicated to me. But what it feels like is, you know how in many societies men are applauded and considered more manly or accomplished in the realm of manhood when they go against the odds and they, you know, in the face of the naysayers say, no, I'm gonna do this my way. This is how I'm gonna do it. Blah, 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 blah. Right? That's what I feel here. And I'm feeling it in the strict sense of male energy. So let me go ahead and go back. Someone is being, like, masculine in this energy. Not to say you are a man or have to be a man to do this. Just there's a heavy tapping into, like, literally tapping a keg labeled masculinity and pouring a huge cup and drinking it down and getting drunk off of masculinity, to go ahead and finish that analogy. So that's what I mean, is like, there's this bravery, or what might be considered or deemed brave, in this energy of going and opening communication lines to someone who you haven't spoken to in a while, or someone that other people say, hey, I don't think you and that person should really hang out anymore, or such and such did this to me, we're not friends with them anymore, and you're like, but they're my friend, and that's an issue between you two, so I'm going to remain friends with this person regardless. So there's this idea of connection with someone else, and others around this two-person connection are saying, ooh, boo, we don't like that, you know? That's what's going on there. Following, you have the Princess of Cups, equivalent to Page of Cups and other tarot decks. And this might be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But again, it doesn't have to be anybody of those zodiacs. But okay, this person is just sitting and waiting. It's very okay. This is very weird. Like, oh God, it's so gendered and like stereotyped right now, the way this is coming through. But this person, to sort of counter or be the complementary energy to that masculine, very male energy that's in the Seven of Wands, this is a very feminine card. And again, it's coming across in these stereotypical, traditional ways of understanding like gender roles and performance. So this person, male or female, doesn't matter, is sitting in feminine energy, tapping the keg, or I guess we could say, you know, popping the cork on a big old bottle of wine. It's just sitting and waiting. Like, look at this person. Just like, hi, here I am. Got my hands over my cup of love, and I'm just gonna wait here. I'm just gonna wait. Just gonna sit here. You know, demure, docile, very much in the receiving energy. Not very active. Because even in other decks, the Pages of Cups, am I thinking of them right? Well, they have the potential to offer. Any page or princess has the potential to offer. But this particular princess is not offering a damn thing. Like, she's not moving, is essentially what I'm saying. She's sitting at the bar, waiting. She's just sitting there, scrolling through her phone, chatting with the bartender. She's not going anywhere. Or she's sitting at home and she's doing that. Or she's sitting in the office and she's doing that. This person is aware that there might be someone who's trying to connect with them, wanting to connect with them. Maybe she has received those text messages. She just hasn't replied yet. So this person is sitting on their hands, not doing a damn thing, which is actually fine. Like, that's just the mood she's in, this one. The mood is, I'm just gonna wait here. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit here for a while and just like relax and just like drink my wine and everything is just gonna be chill. I just want to chill. Like, that's the energy. Not saying like I'm putting on that voice and I'm like, you know, sort of playing into a character. So I'm not saying like that is verbatim what this person is saying or doing. But there's just this attitude of, I don't have to meet you out there where those people are. Where you're having like to defend yourself and defend this connection that you and I have, or you have to work for it. I'm not going to go out there. I'm just going to be here. And when you're done with that, just come see me. It's kind of this feeling. And again, not trying to assign genders or play into actual true stereotypes that, you know, and say that that's the gospel, but that's just how I'm feeling. It's like very divided. Like, someone is acting defiantly, you know, standing up for what they believe in, standing up for their convictions, going after what they desire. And this person's like, I'll be here when you're done. Or if this is like, if this is the person that this person is trying to get to, I'll just be waiting for you to arrive. And it's not bad. This person is not upset with that. This person is more engaged in or more concerned with all the people or the reasons that they're being told no, and trying to, like, you know, fight their way past all of the no's and the that's a bad idea. Interesting. And I would think it's good because you've got the Ace of Cups on the right-hand side there on the way out. So this is a connection that might be brand new. So this just might be some people you're dating. You're getting to know someone. This is like, hold on. All right. Here I was thinking I was going to get a couple videos recorded today. Nope, not going to happen. So, right. So this might be like a new situation. You're newly dating. You're getting to know this person, whatever. And someone's, either side, the male partner, the female partner, any sexual orientation, whoever. One of you might have someone who's like, do you really want to go out with that person? Why do you like them? Didn't such and such do such and such to you? Isn't such and such into this and that? And, oh, that's weird. But, you know, they're like criticizing, they're critiquing everything that's going on with the person that you want to connect with. If it's a reconnection, well then, you know, they've got more things to say, or maybe you've got more obstacles and all of that. But regardless, there's this, I think this is a wish, or the opportunity, a wish and an opportunity for this new connection. You know, this cup is overflowing with water, which is a sort of a metaphor, I guess, of overwhelming or overflowing emotions and affection and all the things that we associate with our emotions. And the beauty of our emotions, whether they're positive or negative, is just having just this wealth of feelings that exist between two people. And you've got all those stars there across the top. So again, wishes. And I think both of these people would desire each other. It's just one is very active. And not even necessarily active in trying to... Okay. They want to connect with this person, but much of their action, much of their speech, much of their energy is being given to or being placed on telling other people why they want this person. So there might be 3, 4, 5, 6 friends who are like, what? You want to go out with Barry? And you have to explain, yes, I want to go out with Barry. And Barry's just like, I'm going to drink my wine. And yes, this is how Barry talks apparently. But I'm just going to sit here and wait for your message. And you're over here telling all your friends how great Barry is. And they need to leave it alone. And it's none of their business, blah, 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 blah. And as much as you want to be calling Barry or texting Barry or meeting Barry out for drinks or going out to dinner with Barry, you might not actually be able to connect with him. Again, this is only for a week, so it may or may not apply within the 5 days that I set the quote-unquote limits of the reading to. There actually are no limits. This could have happened last week. It could happen next week. It could happen on one particular day. But regardless, I feel like there is this desire to contact the person, aka Barry, talk to them, hang out with them, and you may or may not get it. I'm not getting it strongly that you won't. It just isn't as, like how I was saying this is like an action card and it's go towards the person. It's not a direct line. It's not like shoom, and then, you know, you and Barry are hanging out, having drinks, going out for dinner, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you tell one person and then they tell another person and then you get a group text or a group message on WhatsApp. And your friends are like, what? You're trying to see Barry on Thursday? No. We had these kind of plans. Or, oh, my niece is having a prom send-off. Don't you want to go to that instead? And you're like, oh, God, now I got to talk to you why I don't want to go to your niece's prom send-off, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, there's a lot of obstacles. Finally, I get a freaking word. There's a lot of obstacles into getting into contact with this person. And some of them, you may have sent the line out being like, hey, what's up, Barry? How about dinner and drinks Thursday, and Barry doesn't respond to you until like Wednesday night. And Barry's response is, I don't know, I have to see what's going on in my schedule. Again, this is how Barry talks for some reason, but whatever. So that's what's going on in your love and relationship sector, okay? Let's go ahead and get up to the top with the health and wellness. 1 second. Okay. Just drank the last of my tea, so this is it. Let's finish this up. All right, health and wellness and your general overview for the week. You have the Prince of Pentacles in reverse, the Three of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, boy. Here we are again. As returning viewers will know, health and wellness and the general overview for the week has been on and off, flip-floppy. We're in, we're not in, we're committed, we're not committed, blah, blah, blah. And this week, I think last week I said something about, because I think the Three of Pentacles showed up last week. And I think I said, I forget the other two cards, if that were there potentially, but I think last week was negotiations and contracts being signed and somebody, finally committing and going, yes, 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 yes. Now we're like, no, 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 no. Or, like, there's like this apathetic energy here, okay? Prince of Pentacles in reverse. So, equivalent to the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And let me just show you upright. Just so you can see how this guy looks normally, aka in his, what some might say is the preferred position. Focus, please. Yeah. Why won't you focus? Why are you doing this to me? Alright, I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. Now, look at, like, he's so standoffish, right? He doesn't look like he's willing to compromise, willing to negotiate, willing to do anything. He's just like that guy, like on a building site, like a construction site, who watches all the other guys do the work. And then, you ask this guy, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm doing my job. What are you doing? And that's just how he looks on this card. And when it's in the reverse, I feel that is what it is. That is sort of the energy that you're dealing with this week. It's like someone might be downplaying a situation. Someone might not be owning up to their role in a certain situation. Right? In a for some reason the word cohabitational came across, so some of you, this might have to deal with people that you live with, people that you share certain spaces with, where someone is kind of being not open to critique, not open to owning their shortcomings, their mistakes. Someone is acting as if everything is peachy keen, and it's absolutely not peachy keen. Or if they're not acting like nothing is happening, they're acting like someone isn't realizing. Either you know and you're acting like you don't know, or you literally don't know. But things aren't up to par. Things are not adding up. This is Pentacles, so it just might be money. And some, it's like, you care, because Pentacles is the earth energy, so down to earth. Being very aware of the physical realm, everything that goes on in the 3D world in terms of money, relationships, health, and like your actual physical body, right? And someone is just acting as if there's no impact, Like, this plus this equals that. Everybody else knows this. Everybody else knows if you do this, if you do that, the result will be this. And this person's been like, I don't know about that. Or, I guess. Nonchalant. I think I said apathetic, right? 1 second. Okay. I hope the audio in this is going to be okay. I just realized that. Oh, gosh. Anyway, so this person is sort of like trying to distance themselves from the problem, trying to not own up to their own mistakes, or are acting as if their mistakes are sort of innocent or don't have any long-lasting effects, which is interesting because Pentacles, in terms of timing in tarot, represents a long time, like elongated time. Oftentimes, Pentacles are equivalent to years or months in some cases, but definitely years. And so this person is not aware of whatever their actions are or inactions are going to have long-lasting effects. Okay? So I think previously I've talked to some of you might be in situations where you're supposed to see a doctor or a specialist, and you might need to have certain procedures or surgeries done, or you need to get started on certain therapies, and sometimes you're like, okay, let's do it, and other times you're like, no, and now this is a time that says, oh, no, I'm not going to do that, or I don't have the time to do it, or I don't want to do it, I don't believe it will be effective, whatever it is. And that decision, that action or inaction, is going to have a long-lasting effect. Okay? Now, following that, you have the Three of Pentacles. So someone out there is still willing to negotiate with you, still willing to work with you on this. There's this partnership that's still at play here that is viable, that is helpful. The interesting thing about this, and I think I sort of talked about it last week, is that in this particular deck, this Three of Pentacles shows a work in progress, right? This cathedral or church that they're working on isn't finished. And there are three individuals on the card, right? One, and then these two up here. And so that indicates to me that while the opportunity to work on this is there, there's this idea of being able to go forward with partnerships or people who are willing to support you, willing to help you obtain your goals and get to a certain status that you want in terms of health and wellness. So that could be your physical trainer, that could be a dietitian or a nutritionist, that could be your primary care doctor or other specialists, and it could also be your family and friends and other people who are just around you. Maybe you have a gym buddy or a buddy who will take walks with you, like when you get home from school, yeah, some of you home from school or home from work. There might be a neighbor who also has certain goals, who also wants to get in better shape, who also is willing to work with you in partnership and do several laps across around the block or around the development or around the cul-de-sac. Even if you just do circles in a cul-de-sac, maybe they're like, hey, I'll do that with you, Betsy Sue, I'll do it. Betsy Sue. Where do these names come from? Anyway, so someone is willing to work with you and help you, but you don't want to do it. I think some of you this week are feeling depressed, feeling blue, feeling sad, feeling uninspired, feeling, like I said, apathetic or lackluster. You've got the Seven of Pentacles here. Now, Seven of Pentacles in traditional Rider-Waite decks or traditional tarot decks usually shows a person in a garden or they've planted seeds and the seeds are beginning to sprout up fruits, aka pentacles on a tree. In this one, no such thing. The harvest is no good. This is a null harvest, right? Whatever's been planted, whatever intentions there were, they're not bearing any fruit. This is a disaster. This is a drought. This is fatigue. This is famine, okay? So, like I said, some of you out there are not feeling as inspired or as willing to commit to your own wellness, your own health, your own progression. You're just kind of like stalled out. 1 second, jeez. Okay. So yeah, not feeling as if you can do it. Some of you, that whole, choo-choo train up the hill, I think I can. Not happening. Choo-choo train stuck on the hill, choo-choo train slides back down the hill. So there's this regression going on for some of you where whatever progress you have made or whatever, excuse me, 1 second. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this up. So, whatever recent endeavor that you committed to, like I think last week I said some of you may have started up a gym membership or started working with a personal trainer or whatever it is, or maybe you did finally meet up with your doctor, you started a diet plan, whatever it is. This week, excuse me, all of that is sort of thrown out of the window and you're not feeling as if you can do it. Helpless, hopeless up here. And not able to fulfill your own duties. Basically, like I said, you've got people around you who are willing to work with you. People who are willing to put in their time, their effort alongside you. And here, in both of these positions, you're sort of reneging in this situation. You're sort of like, backing out. And similar to what I said down here, in terms of finances, foundation, and careers, and these two might be somehow related, because Pentacles deals with finances a lot of times, and down here, there was a similar energy of, I can't do that right now, even though the opportunity is there. There is sort of like a way out, quote unquote, a way out, or a certain solution between the two cards on either side. It was similar down here, right? But there's this disconnect. This energy is not reaching here, and this energy is not reaching there. This energy is just sort of like, what I said down here. I think I said something about a life preserver, and you're like drowning in the ocean. You're like treading water, and you're about to like go under in the middle of the ocean. And a life preserver is within reach. You just don't reach for it. You don't see it. You don't have the energy or the belief that maybe you should reach for the life preserver, whatever it is. So this week, and again, like I said down here, is I feel, as has been the trend in the health and wellness sector, this is temporary. Again, temporary. This on-off thing is very temporary. Or has been shown to be temporary, where 1 week it's a no, I don't want to do that, or I can't do that, I can't face the music, I can't make these appointments, I have reservations about, you know, these type of doctors or this type of treatment, and then the next week you're like, hey, I'm going to do it, I'm going to get committed, I'm going to see the doctor, I'm going to see the specialist, I'm going to start up at the gym, whatever it is, I'm going to get on with the diet, and then the next week it's a, never mind, you know, and now this week it's a, never mind week. But I think it's, in some cases, it's going to be a little, there's going to be sort of a revelation in some of this for some of you, because this energy is shared. The person on this card, or the person that is represented by the energy in this card, is also here. So there might be this revelation that, to give it a cliched term, someone is their own worst enemy. People around you want to help. People around you are willing to invest in this situation. Again, their time, their energy, their effort, and help you, as well as in some cases help yourself. Because if it's a neighbor or even a friend or a family member who's like, hey, every day after work, let's drive up to the track, or let's drive over to this field and let's do laps, let's do sprinting, whatever it is, someone is willing to work alongside you. But again, for some of you, if not all or most of you, you're your own worst enemy, and you get in your own way, and you block yourself from succeeding, block yourself from progress, block yourself from having access to these helpful, supportive energies, or these helpful, supportive people who are putting in a lot of the leg work, a lot of the grunt work, doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and you're just standing off to the side with your arms crossed like, very unengaged. Okay? But again, I feel like that's kind of temporary. So it might play out throughout the entire week, it might just play out on one specific day this week, but whatever it is, it can be overcome. I think I said that on a previous week too. Maybe not for health and wellness, but I feel, and maybe it was for a different type of reading, but I have said that recently, that some of these energies, as it is in all tarot, can be overcome. None of this is set in stone. This is all just what is possible. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get our oracle card for the week from the Doreen Virtue Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. And I thank you guys for bearing with me having this, not a full cold, just been a little under the weather, a little congested, and at least I did this video. I had a goal to do, I think 3 this today, but that's not going to happen. Alright. Thank you. Little sticky. Little sticky. There it goes. 1 second. And we have, there I go again without the book, Sekhmet, be strong. Sekhmet, however you say that. Be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. Boom, boom, boom. All 3 of those, right? Be strong. Temporary energy in your finances, foundation, and career. Don't let the mental strife hold you back. The look of this card actually mimics the Chariot in reverse, so, you know, you got the 2 lions on either side. Although this figure is sitting on a throne, there is this idea of being, you know, straddling 2 energies or straddling 2 beasts and trying to control them, trying to utilize their power, right? So you're stronger than you think you are, and you'll be able to recover here. You're stronger than you think you are in terms of love and relationships. So it's probably related to the person who's sitting in the 7 of Wands energy, getting through all the BS that other people are trying to say about this potential relationship or this potential person from your past that you're trying to reconnect with, whether it's romantic or other types of relationships. Could be family members coming back from the past, you know, maybe an aunt or an uncle you haven't spoken to since you were like a teenager. Now all of a sudden you want to talk to them or they want to talk to you, or whatever it is. And just having the strength to know if that's what you think is right, if that's what you need in your life for closure, for some of you for opening new doors, whatever it is, you have the strength to see that through. And up here, definitely be strong. There's a lot of quote-unquote weakness in the 7 of Pentacles and the Prince of Pentacles in reverse, where, again, apathetic, non-committal, feeling defeatist, feeling like you just can't, you'll never succeed. With this guidance card, and again, with the support of others out there for you, that's just not true. You have the strength within you. You just have to recognize it, and you have to tap into it. Like I think down here I was talking about tapping a keg, or here I was talking about tapping a keg of masculinity, tapping on a keg of femininity. Tap on a keg of strength and get over this. Okay? Alright guys, that's going to be the weekly reading for June 4th through the 8th. I thank you so much for viewing to this point. Again, I apologize for my under the weather condition. It's been quite an adventure. Oh, how many times did I pause this video? Anyway, if you like what you saw here, do leave a like or a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. Also, feel free to share the video or even subscribe to the channel. That would be amazing. And you may also check the description box below or the about page if you're interested in doing a private reading with me. You just send me an email at EmpathicFire82@gmail.com. And you can see the instructions below or on the about page. It's very simple. And also feel free to ask questions to me through that email or through the if some of you would prefer, there is a way to message through the YouTube about page. You can just click on a button. I think it says message to EmpathicFire or something like that. And if you have questions, general questions about me, general questions about tarot, whatever it is, general questions about, you know, I'm a fan of the chakras, so if you're interested in and have questions about that, I'd be happy to read them and happy to help you find the answers to them. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and I will see you guys in 1 week when I come back and do these general messages once again. Thanks for watching. Bye.